so jealous.
Well, we had kind of a sick out. There are a lot of people off today.
Yes.
Drew Carney is fine. Don't worry about him. But we've had some people behind the scenes call out sick.
I know.
And
we're the last ones standing.
It's going around again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mask on.
Enjoy your long weekend. Don't get sick because we're relying on you. Okay, we are talking about some fun topics today because there's a lot of heavy news out there.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have fun, especially on Brenda's Friday. So, did you guys see this? You're going to probably see this on your social feeds today. There was a MSNBC reporter live on the air yesterday doing a very serious story about Syria and the Kurdish forces and U.S. troops withdrawing. And she's giving her news report, and then watch what happens. Watch this.
Their concern is that they want. To have Kurdish. Excuse me, my kids are here. Live television.
We know
She had brought her kids to work. So look, there he comes, just walking up there, hamming it up.
Look, I love
see
myself.
Just like full on, just grabs her. It's like, hey, Mom,
My kids are here.
pay attention to me. So this was very similar to the like the BBC interview that a scientist was giving a few months ago that you guys probably saw. Watch this video. Oh shoot, does it not have audio?
But he was in his home office.
He was in his home office doing an interview, and he's like, get out of here. Nobody's going to notice. And then the baby comes in, just
in the little walker.
Yeah, in the walker. And then the wife's like, oh my gosh, she's giving this important interview. And the kids come in. How hilarious is that, right?
You know, it is. It's funny because people are trying to be less obtrusive by moving quickly and crouching. And it just makes it
way worse,
funny.
right? You just have to acknowledge it. So we wanted to kind of talk about, especially your 30-some years in the news business, you have had to have had some really good bloopers.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I think the favorite thing here at KGW is it used to be the blooper tape. The editors would compile all of the crazy things that happened in the field and happened behind the scenes. So yeah, I've had my share. One of the ones
What's
that
kind
I
of a memorable one?
Is when our switcher went down, and our switcher is just what controls everything. So the only camera that the director could punch was my camera, and it was a close-up. We could hear everybody else's audio, but they had to stay on the air for the last part of our show only looking at my face. So I think it was Dave Selesky back in the day. It was his turn to do weather, but they could only see me. So I mimed sun, and I just I just mimed what Dave was saying.
You didn't step out, and he stepped in, huh?
No. We just, that was it. I did that.
So how do you feel in those instances? Do you get a little sweaty, like back when you were kind of first starting in this business, or do you are used to it now?
I got flustered. I mean, you know, depending on what it is, that's such a big deal that you're on TV and you're just starting out and whatever it is. So now, but it's like, what the heck? You know, you just have to roll with it. You've seen it all now,
and you just have to roll with it. Yeah, and you've gotten good. I mean, has anything like ever super embarrassing happened, though, that you can remember?
Gosh, let me think. What about you?
My very first TV station. So the platform, you know, the news desk and the platform was about, I don't know, maybe
it's literally
2
where you
feet
step
high,
up onto.
Yeah, that the chairs sat on behind the news desk. And for whatever, they were rebuilding it, and it usually had a little, you know, safety piece of wood that would keep you from rolling off the back. But they had taken that off. So at the very end of the show, while the camera's still on, as we're saying goodnight, I pushed back. And my chair goes flying over, so the last shot of the newscaster, my feet up in the air, and you hear me going, whoa! Like I'm crashing.
Okay, you win.
Did you save that? Did you save
Literally
that
on the air
clip
check,
somewhere?
you can hear me going,
Yeah.
you just hear me going, whoa! My feet are going, whoop.
Ow, did you hurt yourself?
Well, I was young. Back I bounced. We all bounce until we're at least 26, 27, don't we?
Oh my gosh.
I remember one time, this was like mortifying to me because again, I was brand spanking new on the air. This was an incident that gave me one of those hard and fast rules where I said never again, I will never do that. And it was the noon show, I believe, and something changed. And we used to get those, you know, script papers that are true paper,
Actual
not
paper,
iPads.
Yeah.
And they had to change something, but they didn't tell me what it was. And so I had no idea what was coming up in the prompter, and then the prompter went away. I didn't have it on my paper. Nobody told me what it was, and I was just trusting. And I started to read it, and it went away, and I had no idea what was coming. And then I was just like,
Stumbling all
I was
over
like,
yourself,
I will
yeah.
never do that again.
Yeah.
Did you end up going to commercial break? Do you remember?
No, I think
Usually
we went
that's
to
what
the
we'll
next
do, right?
piece
We'll-
of tape back
okay,
then.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, but it was brutal. 'Cause,
So
you know,
many
when,
instances
when
of that,
stuff like
yeah.
that happens and
Technical
it's you and you're
stuff.
just starting out, you're just like, you just go home and you're like, I'm such an idiot. It's mortifying.
And now it lives forever online.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
those
true.
kind of bloopers.
That's true. That was back in the day, though. There was no
yeah.
online.
Yeah, that's true. You're very lucky.
What about you?
Oh, what about me? Well, Rob kind of shares one of my most embarrassing moments that happened. Do you not remember this?
Oh, come on.
When I
Oh, the
fell.
fall. The fall.
Watch.
Yeah.
Watch
In
this.
Tiger. Do we have this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, asking all of you folks, what are your favorite places to go in Tigard? Look at this guy. He's just like chilling here.
I'm soaking up Tiger. Oh, Nina, dear, are you okay? There's a step right there. We didn't. I at least looked at you, right? I didn't get up and help you, but I didn't look your way.
Never got it.
I didn't look your way.
Here we go. Third time.
That counts for something. How I didn't slam my face into that sign or the building, I don't know.
I don't know either. Somebody was looking.
But now that is on
Yeah.
YouTube
Well-
as part of the best news bloopers.
Oh my goodness.
Of 20.
That was We Love Tiger
Fun of
Week.
it. You owned that.
I came back from work because, I mean, it feels horrendous, like when you're in the moment, and it was terrible.
Wasn't the wood? It was the wood platform. So you were on the sidewalk, and then there was a wood platform. And I want to say the wood platform had actually a couple little elevated.
It had two levels.
So it would be.
And I
really
made it up
easy
onto
to
the
trip.
first, and then I was bringing my
Yeah.
second foot up, and it stubbed on this
Yeah.
little inch
Yeah.
new height, and I could feel the sign was right there, and I was
Yeah.
trying to
You
go
were
around.
dodging it, girl.
Yeah.
Now, Nina-
But in the commercial break, you were supposed to be standing with me, and at the last moment, you're like, I'm gonna have a
I gotta
seat
sit
in this
down.
Adirondack chair, and I was like, okay, I'll just walk over to
I've
you.
been part of the show for a while. I'm going to have a
Teasing, yeah.
seat.
Yeah.
Next
So I
time, I
biffed
want
it.
you to be more chivalrous.
Well, but here's the behind the scenes. I remember distinctively, I should get up and help Nina. And then I made a split-second decision thinking, no, the show must go on. I'm going to sit here and address our...
And pretend like nothing happened. Yeah, that's awesome. We have a great news blooper apparently from one of our former reporters, Wayne Haverly.
Yeah, let's see.
Director Brian has. Let's see.
Just about all of us have a little time we could spare to help out a good cause. Here are some groups. That didn't sound good. Here's some groups.
I
The
never
lights
saw
used
that
to
one.
blow. I do remember that.
That's what happened?
That's exactly what happened. The light bulbs up overhead were exploding, and that used to happen occasionally before we LED'd them out, and
Yeah.
they've got really hot, and they would just blow. And I am
That is
a
scary.
freakazoid about
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
noises.
Yeah.
Anything
Well, especially
like
if it's
that.
above your head.
Now, the
I was
weirdest
always
thing...
worried about that.
When I worked in Victoria, Texas, it was my first job, a little nice community between halfway between Houston and Corpus Christi, a bat somehow got
What?
into
In
the
the
studio.
studio?
Well, they couldn't catch it. So I want to say it was about 3, I was working the evening news then, it was about 3 nights went by before they caught it, where you would be doing your news, or for me, the weather, and you would, out of the corner of your eye, occasionally
It would
catch this
fly
bat flying around.
It was in there for 3 days.
And it was really a little unsettling, actually.
In Bend, when I worked over in Bend, we would get these things called, I think they were called like flying scorpions or winged scorpions or something like that. And they were like this big, some high desert bug that had like a stinger tail. And they would sometimes be, you know, do a story in front of the green screen or something like that. And I was on air one time, and it ran, I just saw something move out of the corner of my eye, and it ran across the green wall right behind me, and it was just like, okay, keep it together, Milhoff, while it was scurrying across. Yeah, all kinds of little, are we getting funny
Yeah,
comments?
Linda Burke was weighing
Hi,
in,
Linda.
and she was kind of commenting on the reporters who had their kids with them. She said, "Happened to me on the radio. Daughter snuck up and said, 'Mom, Mom,' into the
while
mic.
she's on
Heard
the
her in my headphones, and I was doing the news. That's funny.
Oh, no.
That is funny.
I
Hey,
know.
Sharon. Hey, Michelle. Oh my God.
Good morning, everyone.
Let's see. Oh, hello from Winnipeg, Canada.
Winnipeg, Canada.
Oh, wow.
Have them tell us what the temperature is out of fun. If they
Yeah,
think
what
about
is-
it.
how cold is it
From
in Canada?
Winnipeg, tell us what the temp is up there. Yeah.
Terrell is out there watching. Love
I
our
also had in
regulars.
Bend, it always happens like when you're in your first market, right? Technical
Yeah,
problems happen, like people aren't, totally dialed into those jobs quite yet.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
would do like a pet segment where they would bring in animals from the Humane Society.
Yes.
Does that ring your bell for you? Okay, I'm sure we all have one of these. We had a pet segment, and we had these 2 little kittens, and we did it on the news desk. And so we had this little kitten there with me, and I was playing with it with a pencil, and he was kind of backing up. And then the kitten fell off the front of the desk while it was zoomed in on him, and you hear this big thud
Oh, my
as the
goodness.
poor little thing hit the bottom of the set, which was carpeted, luckily.
Yeah.
But I just immediately turned like sweaty bright red because I felt so horrible for the thing. A woman adopted that kitten and like named its middle name after me, and it's alive, I think, to this day. But it was very embarrassing because I felt I hurt the little thing.
Oh, no.
But he was okay. So okay, now
Ours
I
are,
wanna tell
this
your
is really
story.
gross. I'm sorry, but it is what I thought of. So we had Pet of the Day, I think it was every Wednesday back in the day, and we had a little puppy, super duper duper cute, and up on the desk, and my cohort was holding the puppy, and I was like, oh no, it's pooping on the desk, but it wasn't pooping. There was a tapeworm coming out. No! It was so gross. Clearly, they had not wormed the little guy, and it was
holding
in
the
all
puppy?
its. I'm not going to name the
You're not-
person.
you're not gonna name the person?
I'm
And
not
it was
going to drag
coming
you
out?
into it.
Oh my
yes,
God.
yes, yes.
How
it
did you
was.
react? Did you react on air, or did you just try and keep it in?
Well, so to
I
speak.
couldn't keep it in.
Try to keep it in. Nina has a way with words.
I want to. Well, I mean, like, keep your reaction.
But
keep the tapeworm in also.
we made a joke of it. I think, and kind of they panned the camera off somewhere
got out.
else. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't quite as loose back then as it was, but yeah, you could not help but go, oh, my
Yeah,
God.
acknowledge.
The other funny thing, it didn't happen to me, but it kind of made me lose my stuff because I get the giggles, and when I get the giggles, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But I was anchoring with a fill-in, lovely man, and he could not say the president of Iran, which was Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. So, but with gusto, every time he
just
had
say
to
it with
say
confidence.
it, he said, President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. And I was like,
It's not his
and I
name,
said,
but
it's Ahmadinejad.
But he went for it.
He couldn't ever get it in his head, and every time I would just dissolve off camera into peals of laughter. I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
you
God.
see those like hard words with just like too many consonants in the teleprompter.
yes.
And it just, I like glaze over. And sometimes I can't look at it. And if I hear the word, I can say it. But if you look at it,
Yes.
it's
That's names
Yes.
is one of about 7,000 reasons I could never be a good news anchor. I mean, you guys see what I do at the birthday
It's
list,
hard,
and I
I
study
know.
that before I
we
go
try
out.
and help you. We try and help you.
I love
Okay,
that you
Brenda,
always
they
look at me.
found something with you and,
Oh, I
and
bet
another
you.
person on YouTube. Let's watch
All
it.
right,
I
let's
haven't
see.
seen this.
Sports Tour's upcoming Portland stop. Cheryl?
Hey, I've actually been practicing my ollie. You guys want to see? I've been practicing hard. Okay. Oh, this is.
Oh.
You know, I'm
I know
covering
how
my
she
mouth
feels.
because she was hurt.
She was?
Yeah, she went down, I mean, just hard. And she played it off.
On the
You
bricks,
know,
yeah,
she
she
did,
finished
but
the
I was
segment.
just like, I felt so bad for
Yeah.
her. I mean, that's the first thing you do when you fall is you jump right back up.
Right.
You know, if you can.
Yeah.
That's what I thought Nina was going to do in Tiger that one day.
I did. I scooted forward.
You did. I gotta say, you did it with style, girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
you did.
Okay, another story out in the world is how fast we can type now on our
Oh my
phones.
goodness.
Are you guys two thumb people? Are you one
My
finger?
wife looks like a teenager, right? She has
Yeah.
the 2 thumbs going. But I
can't do
I'm
it
the
either.
old
I'm
man
a one
with fat
finger.
fingers.
Same.
And it's like, so even to type one word where you get all the letters right the first time is rare.
You're a two thumb girl.
I'm a two-thumb girl, and Nina does one finger. So I'm like, you do one finger? How can you do that? And then I said, let's type the same sentence and see who's faster. It was her. You are rocking that.
Using
You're not
one
like
finger?
hunting
Yeah.
and pecking. You are going fast.
Yeah.
You
I've got
kicked my
it down.
butt.
I just can't. I always hit the letters around it, so I just started doing it with one.
Well, it works
So
for
the
you.
story is that nowadays we've gotten so good on our smartphones that you can double thumb type something, and it's only 25% slower than if you were typing on a full keyboard,
Using
which is crazy.
like old typewriter methods.
But we don't have to go
probably,
all the
right?
way back to
Well,
old
just a
typewriter.
keyboard.
What's
Just your
in my
computer.
typewriter class days?
Just a keyboard.
What's
With a
what we
little
use on the
whiteout.
keyboard now? But I can go about 65 words. What was that? 65
minute?
words a minute
Yeah.
with hardly any mistakes.
On a
Which I think
keyboard.
a really good secretarial position in those days. They
Yeah.
would be up to what? Maybe
call it
80,
typist?
90?
Yeah.
I think some of the people
We
in those
took
days said
typing-
maybe even 100 words a minute. It was crazy.
Oh, producer Jess says she does 90 words a minute.
yeah.
Dang.
We had typing class back in the
Yes.
day
Yeah.
before computers.
Which
that was actually the best skill
Came
that I
in
ever
incredibly
learned.
handy, yes.
Totally. I thought it would be fun for us to. Producer Rob's over here. Brenda, do you want to go up against producer Rob with your two thumbs?
Producer Rob, a relatively young man.
Yeah, he was just stretching his
Look at
fingers.
he does not look happy.
Okay, what sentence should we type? And we'll time you guys, or see who finishes first.
How about Rod Hill is the best weatherman in the business?
Well, now let's don't do this fast.
No,
Let's
wait,
take our
I want
time.
you to type on the keyboard, and Brenda's going to do it on her phone.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, we want to see how much faster.
You should do it because
the
you
keyboard
are a
is.
fast. So what? Wait. Now I've got to get
Rod's like, I'm interested in this.
I'm interested in
because
this.
it's about
Well,
me.
it's such great content.
Tell me again. Tell me again the sentence that we're doing.
I'll handle it. The
Let's all
sentence
do
is,
it.
Rod Hill is the best weatherman ever. Why can't you remember that?
Because I've never said it before.
Ice cold on a
Ice
chilly
cold,
morning.
Braxton. Okay, ready? Wait, what are we saying? Rod Hill
Oh, my
is the
goodness.
best weatherman.
period.
Yes, say it
Best-
3 times.
okay.
Rod Man is the best weatherman
Okay, ready?
ever.
3, 2, 1.
I can hear Rob clicking away on the
Done.
keyboard. That was about a tie.
Tie.
That was a tie, I would say.
Okay.
I would say that was a tie.
My weatherman turned into Westerman.
Westerman?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did not do that.
You think
well.
of me as Westerman?
I just erased it.
R with a capital R and
It capitalizes it automatic. Oh, yeah, you're hitting more keys.
Wow.
Maybe. Yeah, you are.
Rob was pretty quick on the old
Interesting.
keyboard, though.
I am an old woman with the one finger.
Yeah.
And I do it
No,
with
but
my
you're
middle
lightning
finger
fast.
pad.
I also took typing classes back in the day.
At
so
what grade, though? You're a lot younger.
I was
Probably second.
7th grade.
7th grade.
6th or 7th grade, we had typing classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's
good
not- yeah,
skill.
mine was freshman year of high school.
And you can even write in cursive, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
Does
can
it
write in
all.
cursive. Exactly. So we're. I don't know. How
Right.
you do it with your one finger?
I can't, I'm horrible.
You know
Can
what
you hold
slows
it
it
down
horrible.
down to?
What?
Is I don't like. I'm such a grammar nerd. I always write in
the grammar
complete
police, aren't you? Yeah.
sentences with
Yeah.
like punctuation, and it's like that's not what text is for. They say to me, but I'm like, I know. I just like.
Oh,
the way
I'm
it
with
looks.
you.
I want to get my point across, and it's kind of weird. Sometimes it can be things can be misconstrued.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it in a little.
Very
sentence.
true. A comma makes a huge difference. All right, you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Thanks for having fun with us this morning, reliving some embarrassing
Oh,
moments.
can I promote something real quick?
Yes. Please do.
Again, if you have a chance, if you don't have time to watch our sunrise show tomorrow morning, by the end of the day, or maybe by noon tomorrow, we'll have all of my Ride on the Road, the Dalles trip, posted on KGW.com. I fell in love with this town. I really did. We had such a fun time shooting on Tuesday. So I think if you click on the stories, you'll enjoy them too. That's
And the
Ride on
restaurant
Road
that has
tomorrow
the best
to the Dalles.
hamburger bun you've ever
No, it's
had?
just the best bread in general for their sandwiches. My wife loves bread. Really
Yeah.
good bread on sandwich is a big deal to her. And their bread is amazing. That's the Baldwin Saloon in the Dalles.
Cool. We'll have that story tomorrow and online. All right, you guys, have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.
All right.